Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And I've been digging around looking for clips from this recent Warning tour. And actually, the back half of this tour, it's been a little harder to find clips that I feel are really good quality. So I did find one for today. It's Ritual, One More Time. And I know I've done that a couple of times, the last few times, but I don't think Adrian was even there for the last one, or maybe the last two. But besides that, that happens to be the one that has the most quality that I found from Orlando, the June 1st show. Matter of fact, I found a cool fan review by a Youngblood fan that went to the show and was like, who's this opening band? Wow, they're pretty good, and said a little bit about that. So I thought, I should look at this show, and then we can talk a little more about that later on. Yeah, Adrian, what do you think? It's been a little while since you've been on board for a Warning, just by sheer coincidence, but...
I missed hearing them.
Glad to hear that.
I still listen to them anyway, but yeah.
Sure. All right, well, why don't we look at this, and we will, talk about it afterwards.
All righty.
All right. All right, well, what'd you think about that one, Adrian? Looks like a good time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wish I was there, as I say frequently. I mean, the song sounds as good or better than it always did live. It's like, I'll say it again, you never get tired of any of their songs played live.
That's right. That's right. There are indications from the warning camp that we might see a ritual video, perhaps, on the 9th. An email went out in a text from the warning camp saying, countdown clock, something's going to happen on June 9. And they just released a little ritual short, and they've all got wings on, like they're angels or something, and it's very dramatic and everything.
I deprive myself like it's a ritual. A ritual. 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 A ritual.
So, what do you think of that?
Oh, my. I can't wait to see more of it.
Yeah, it looks pretty incredible. Something immersive and spooky and gloomy, but also kind of cool at the same time. The last time I saw wings, I think, was actually at a Victoria's Secret runway show. Something like that. They used to wear where somebody would come out once in a while with the wings on.
Yeah, something like wings or some other thing or something.
Yeah.
All sorts of crazy things on that.
So I would only attribute a tiny little piece of influence to that. Like it's probably a nod to it, but I think that it's much more serious. Whatever's going on, much more mysterious. And, this is the band that came up with Queen and the Murder Scene, and we still get glimpses of that mood pretty regularly in their songs. So I'm going to go with something like that. And yeah, kind of the deep blue feeling, the lighting in that and everything. They all had wings on. I know that Ollie was up front, but they were all there with wings and everything. So we'll see. We'll see what it means, what's going to happen. And some people are betting maybe the name of the album will be Ritual. Now, that's another thing. Maybe since this came out, it's probably going to be a video, but I was thinking maybe they'll just give us the name of the album or a release date or something. But we shall see. We shall see. But as for Ritual, this particular performance seems like it went over big, considering they are the opening band. That's one thing to remember with this tour, so not everybody is invested. Okay, this is a little channel called Life with Lily, and it says, taking my mom to see Youngblood. So we'll just look at a couple little tiny clips here.
Opening band was really amazing too. 3-piece, beautiful harmonies. I think my mom read that they are all sisters. If they're not, you can correct me in the comments, but they're from Mexico. They were tight. Rock and roll, girl power, amazing 3-piece band. The drummer had the voice of an angel, and I was just mesmerized. They were so good.
So we have a lot of comments here. Maybe you can see them, Adrian. They're all, The Warning are so amazing. The Warning are stunning performers. Glad you got to see The Warning. Also a fan of Youngblood.
The Warning.
Yeah, like all of these are. The Warning is the best rock band. Yes, The Warning. Now, this is cool and all, but I would just like to mention, it's a Youngblood review. Of course we want to talk up The Warning, but at the same time, you don't want to say anything kind of standoffish about Youngblood. I think to be good fan ambassadors of The Warning, you want to be a little careful about what you're saying about the actual act that decided to bring them on tour. I mean, he's a good guy in this story. He's a pretty big star, and he brought The Warning with him, not on one tour, but 2 tours, really, from two continents, 2 legs, I guess you would say. And that's really amazing, no matter what you think of Youngblood. And I am convinced Youngblood actually is, I haven't gotten into him too heavily yet, but what I've heard, he does sound like a substantial artist to me. People get upset about the shirtless part. We went over that with Grand Funk Railroad with Mark Farner without his shirt on. Some also say, well, he swears a lot. Well, you know who else swears a lot? Olivia Rodrigo, who is one of the biggest stars in the entire world right now. And so on. I mean, that's the world we live in now, so be good ambassadors. Don't be something that The Warning might be like, if they see the comment.
I just remember, I remember one performance, at least by him, that I saw, and I thought he was superb. It was an Ozzy tribute performance.
Yeah, you know what? He's playing changes on the tour, too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I think that's amazing, actually. Big props that he's an active Sabbath fan,
Yeah, that scores big points.
So, the arena itself looked pretty nice. Just the floor was really kind of packed for the warning. There were a few people in seats in the stands, but it's early in the show. There's still several thousand people that got to see them perform, and many were converted who had no idea who they were, as we saw. So that's great. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, they're just getting more and more rock and roll all the time.
Yeah, I agree for sure. All right, well, why don't we turn it over to our audience then? What did you think of this? If you were at the show, let us know about that. If there's anything about this particular performance that you liked, you can let us know. Of course, if you were there, tell us about your experience. And if you have other suggestions for us, leave those below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today, and we will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.